This week's question of the week: are celebrity or athletic endorsements of supplements a scam? And one of my students overheard me say, when I was asked about what supplements I recommend for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I just told him I think it's a scam and I don't recommend any of these supplements for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And that led into a conversation, and then somebody was like, yeah, you should make this a video of the week. So I will, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the whole supplement industry. So, are all supplements scams? No, I'm sure there's some out there that actually work in the way that they say they do. I just don't know which ones. And it's really hard to recommend any of them because there are so many scams. And there's so much dishonesty in the supplement business. And it all started, all back to the Wild Wild West, where you had what they would call them snake oil salesmen. They'd go from town to town. They'd sell you some liquid in a mason jar, and they would assure you that this would cure all your ailments. Matter of fact, there's a really cool scene in this old Western movie with Clint Eastwood. It's called The Outlaw Josie Wales. And Clint Eastwood's friend was dying from a stomach wound because he had been shot in the stomach. And the snake oil salesman in this white suit comes up to Clint Eastwood and he's like, hey, your friend looks like he's really in a bad way. This elixir will help him out and can cure all kinds of ailments and do almost anything. And Clint Eastwood said, can do almost anything, huh? And the guy's like, yeah, almost anything. And so Clint Eastwood spit some tobacco on the guy's white suit. And he said, let's see if it'll get that stain out. And what I enjoyed about that was that the salesman was selling a deception. Whatever the liquid in that bottle, in that mason jar could do, was not going to help Clint Eastwood's friend. But a lot of times, we hold on to these crazy hopes. Like, I have family members who I remember when I was a kid would be at the local store and buying weight loss pills, hoping desperately that these pills would cause them to lose weight. And there would be celebrity endorsements that would claim that, oh yeah, you're going to take these pills, it's going to do wonders. Matter of fact, they used to have this crazy commercial. It was called fat blockers. I don't know why I remember that, but it would pop up on the radio, and they assured you took these pills, they were fat blockers, that whatever fat was in your food, these blockers would all attack it and flush it out your system. So you could eat as much as you want and just take these fat blocker pills, and man, you're going to be good. And of course it's false. Of course it's a lie, but desperate people are holding on to hope beyond hope that this will work. I remember my grandfather, he was dying of cancer, and there was supposedly a cure for cancer. And, he spent his last dime trying to get this cure. And did it work? No. My grandfather died of lung cancer. So it's what it is. It's like, you'll see these celebrity endorsements where they're like, oh, like Mr. Olympia, ripped up muscles, saying, oh, this protein powder or, this supplement caused these great gains. And then they admit after they pop on a steroid test or after they've retired and they admit, oh yeah, I did steroids. Oh, so it wasn't the protein powder that you lured me into buying. It was the steroids. And of course, steroids apparently work because that's why so many athletes, whether it's in the Olympics, NFL, baseball, track and field, are constantly getting caught doing steroids, because apparently that does give you some kind of athletic benefit. But these supplements that they're peddling, it's like, is that going to do it? Like I remember when I was a kid, I used to love Flintstones multivitamins for kids. They came in the shape, there was Fred, there was Wilma, Barney, Betty, and then the dog Dino? It's been a while since I've watched the Flintstones. And I remember, like, they tasted good. I ate several. And my mom was like, no, it's not candy. You know, you can't keep eating them. And so I told my friend, well, maybe it was the Flintstones vitamins that caused me to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu because I ate too many of them. No, that's not the answer. So, you know, it's like, and then when you look, like a lot of these companies, like here, like in San Antonio, man, every strip mall in the city either has a CBD store or a GNC or some other kind of multivitamin mix, you know, that they're selling and making all kinds of claims. And like what some of these companies do is they do this MLM, multi-level marketing, where they'll tell you, oh, these statements are not FDA reviewed or approved. And they'll get their salesman to give their testimony on how this product benefited them. And I remember this one salesman, I won't name the company, but they was taking some supplement from the company, and they was like, oh, I gave this to my daughter who had stage 4 cancer, and it cured her. And I thought, man, if anybody deserves to be punched in the face, it's you. To say such a dang lie like that. Like, because there's people, especially in serious illnesses, that would do whatever to try to save their family member, and to just tell stories like that. It's just really sad. And so over the years, I've had offers, you know, from CBDs to multivitamins, you know, vitamins or supplements for jiu-jitsu. I don't even know if these companies are still in business, but they'd be like, oh yeah, you know, you could, you know, we'll share in the profits. You can sell them at your school. I'm like, no, man, I ain't selling that stuff at my school because I don't know what's in it. And I'm like, did you make it? No, I have this other person make it. So you don't really even know what's in it. And you know, they've done testing on a lot of these supplements where it's like, it doesn't even have all the ingredients in that they'll claim. You know, Consumer Reports is a good place to check on that. You know, so like there's a lot of fraud in it. You know, so is some of it real? Sure, probably. But so much of it is just false. It's false advertisement. It's selling you false hope. And so I don't recommend any supplements for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And when you see these guys saying, oh, you know, take this, you know, this is what's helping me, whether it's lose weight, gain muscle, athletic performance, you know, be leery of it. It's like, really? Is that really what you did? Or is it something else? Or is this who's paying you to say whatever you're saying? It's like, so I think there's a lot of sketchy stuff out there. And, you know, matter of fact, I remember I was at the World Championships, the IBJJF World Championships. It was about maybe 15 years ago. And this guy was trying to sell me some CBD supplements. And I was like, I'm active duty military. I can't take that stuff. I'll pop on your analysis. And the dude, he looked like Shaggy off Scooby-Doo. And he's like, no, this is THC free. You won't pop positive. I was like, can I see your report card from high school or college where you took any botany classes or chemistry classes or biology classes? Like, I'm like, did you create this bottle? In the contents? No, I didn't do it, but you know, the people I trust do it. I'm like, well, I'm not trusting my military career off you saying there is no THC in it, and then I go and do a urinalysis and there's THC. I'm like, that would be a crazy deal. I can imagine trying to explain to my chain of command why I popped positive. Oh, well, because Shaggy at the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships assured me that there was no THC in it. Turns out there was. And a lot of athletes, when they pop positive on steroids or other banned substances, are like, oh no, I took this supplement, I didn't know this was in it. Or it's not on the label that this was in it. It's like, yeah, like, you're putting a great deal of trust in a product you don't even know who made it, or will these ingredients do what they say they're going to do, or if these ingredients are even in there. It's just wild claims like, oh, you know, found this root on the Himalaya and this will cure whatever. Did you climb up the Himalayas to grab that root. Who did it? Just insanity. So that's my answer to this week's question of the week. I'm sure there'll be people that disagree with me, and that's cool. That's what makes the world go around. If there's a supplement that works for you, feel free to put down below. If there's a supplement that you took and you had a bad outcome with, feel free to comment below your experiences, and we'll all learn and grow. Till next week. Ciao.